We're going to pause. Yeah, he's hopefully going to get back involved. We're going to pause. Mamish Min Sugya, the bottom of Lamed Testament base. We have 2.5 la left of the parak, and we're going to go right back to Chav Testament base. The plan is today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm off, not off. We're at the Heilig of Harav Nachasana. If anyone is around and wants to come, Rabbi Newman would be thrilled. I'm happy to find out the schedule if anyone wants to know. I think it's learning. I said till about 6, and then it's Rabbi Newman makes a chasana for Vaharav. Now, sitting to Kinyan Succah, he does for Vaharav all the different programs. I don't know about Thursday and Thursday night. So we can't make our own party Thursday night. If anyone wants to come there's a party, there's a kumzitz, it's a whole in the atrium. Yeah, 12th graders. So let's see. And then maybe next week, if the Eilim, I know it's the week of Yontif. Yeah, Kinyan's an offshoot. If the Eilim's around, if we get a good Chazarah going, I would love maybe Sunday or Monday night to have a little party. I know everyone is pre-Yontif dik, so I don't know how shaykh it is. But let's see. Let's jumpstart the Chazarah, and then we'll have to see whether we'll have a party pre, we'll have a party post, and we're going to have ambitious goals. We're blaming this one on you, just because I don't want to blame. No, I'm joking. We're giving you the credit, Zika Yarabim, that we're now embarking on an ambitious 10 blot Chazarah. What do you say?
Go ahead.
Let's do it. Here we go, Chav Testament Beis. The way Chazarah we hopefully should do is I should not always read. I'm just going to kick it off for tonight. I'll begin. And, anyone who wants to pick up can pick up. And again, just to remind yourselves that the ultimate goal of these Chazarahs is not the way that some people do Chazarah, which is just to quickly read the words, but it's mamish to iron it in, get it klar. That's the most important. As we always know, with the clarity comes the cheshek, comes the gishmak, consistency, our 5 C's that we learned all about. And Mirz Hashem, we're going to get there. And most importantly, and this I'm really putting on the Eilam, is the Chazarah during the day, during the time of Chazarah, is so critically important. What we do in Shir over the next 3, 4, 5 days is just the jumpstart. But throughout Yantif, and I'm going to jump on myself. Maybe I'll post, maybe I'll send someone a message to post when I chazard. Maybe someone else will send out a voice note. I think it's to be a joint push. It's going to be a difficult push, but I think we could do it. So, with all those words of Akdama, let's begin. Lulav hagazal v'hayavish pas shalashira shalir nidachas pasal, and as someone pointed out at the beginning, there are parts of these 10 blot we chazard mamish gavaldik. Parts of them we did many, many, many times. So it's really filling in the gaps and getting a real hashlama sa'inyan. I think it could be gavaldik. Lulav hagazal v'hayavish pas shalashira shalir nidachas pas niktam raishai. The top's cut off. Nifra to olav, the leaves are torn off. Pas. Nifra to olav, the leaves are separated. Kosh. Of course, the difference between separated and torn, we're going to see. Rav Yehuda Imer, the famous Shitas Rav Yehuda that we know, maybe throughout a Chazarah, someone should have a running chart. All the places that we have Rav Yehuda. Shitas Rav Yehuda of Yagdenu Milmala. Let's start right here. This is time number 1. So in Kamarka and their Gemara, Yagdenu Milmala, bind it from the top. Tzini Hara Barzel, the short, Lulavim of Hara Barzel, Kshirais, Lulav Sheish, Veshloisha Tfachim, Kidei Linanea Bay. I'm sorry. It's good. Kidei Linanea Bay Kasham. We already know that this line is a challenging line, right? Lulav that has 3 Tfachim, in order to shake with it, we already know from the Gemara that means it's an extra tefach. The tefach that you hold it, it's kasha. I made a bracha before. I'm sorry, you can't say it. Says the Gemara, Kapasik Vitani. We paskin and we learn. Lo yishna be yantiv rishon, lo yishna be yantiv sheni. There's no difference. First day of yantiv, second day of yantiv. It's all the same, it seems. So says the Gemara, Bishlama, if you're going to tell me Yavesh, that Yavesh is the same soul on the first day, the same soul on the latter days. Hadar binan. What's the reason? What is the psul of Yavesh? A lack of hadar. The lack of, and it's not hadar. Ela guzzle, but ask Mar lulav hagazel. So Bishlam, I understand Yom Tov Rish, and the reason why the first day of Yom Tov it's possible is why? Techsev lochem mishelochem. Elabiyant Sheni. Amailoi, what is the problem of a lulav agazel? As you look at the bottom line in Rashi, Rashi says, why is it possible? Where is the issue having a stolen lulav on the latter days? On the first day, very good. Stayed in paslik, b'lekachtem lochem, b'yoyim arishan has to be lochem. But in the latter days, so Amar Rav Yechon Misham Rashbi. Mitzvah haba b'aveiro. Shenemar v'avisim gozel v'esa piseach aleim v'esa choyla, or a sick one. This is by karbanos. So from the carbon it says you bring a stolen, a lame, or a sick animal. And the Gemara darshins again with regard to a carbon. Gazel is dumya de piseach. A stolen animal is similar to a lame animal. Ma piseach, just like a lame animal, Leslie takanta. There's no way to fix it. It's lame. It's a balmum. It can never be rectified. So to have gazel Leslie takante. Why? Why is a gazel Leslie takante? Because it's a mitzvah baba avera. Now Rashi over here gives us a little bit more depth. Really, if we stop where we just said, that's fine. But then the next line of the Gemara is going to be a bit of a shocker. So Rashi, both by giving us the real pshatting, is also a little bit foreshadowing. Look into Rashi, the third white line. Af gazel, says Rashi. Yalfina mina, we learn from it. De'in loy takana lachar zman, va'afilu b'yosh. What does it mean that a gazel is never fixed? It means never. What does never mean? Even if there is yosh, even if the owner gave up hope, the shamina leila mare, we hear that the owner is the miyayish. And the owner says, V'amar, and the owner says, V'ayalila chasar and kiss. Woe is to me that I lost money. Mikni. Rashi comes to ask the $1 million kasha. Says Rashi, 1 second. With regarding to a Kinyan, we learn about a Kama. So says Rashi, this is bizarre. You steal an animal. The owner is Miyayish. So you want to go bring it as a carbon. Again, whose animal is it? It's my animal. How do I know? Because you were Miyayish. How much so is in my animal? I could go and I could marry a woman with this animal. I could sell this animal. The animal's mine. The owner was Miyayish. Now we can appreciate the Chiddush. Says the Gemara, even still. We learn out from the pasuk it can't be brought in the mizbeach. Why not? Because mitzvah haba be'avira. So this is the mekar for mitzvah haba be'avira. It says the Gemara, that's why a lulav hagazel cannot be brought on the latter days. Says the Gemara, lo yishna lifnei yish, v'lo yishna lachar yosh. 1 second. Bishlam, I can understand. Lifnei yosh. I understand before yish why you cannot bring the animal as a carbon. Why? Because it says in Torah, Adam ki yakriv mikem amarachmana. When a person brings mikem from you, it's not your item to be brought as a carbon. Elalachar yosh, however, articulates the Gemara. I don't understand. As we just saw in Rashi, what's going on? Lachar yosh arkanye biyosh. So the Gemara spells out what we just spoke out. Elalam mishanave mitzvah haba be'avera. Period. So we know the first two dinim. The parak is called Lulav HaGazol. The Mishnah begins Lulav HaGazol v'Yavesh. Why is the Yavesh no good on day 1, 2, 3, all the way the whole Yantiv? Hadar. Why is Gazel no good? Don't get confused. It's not because of what the pasuk says of Lachem, because that's only on day 1. Why is Gazel no good? Mitzvah haba ba'avera. What is the source of mitzvah haba ba'avera? Gazel dumya de biseach. Just like a lame animal cannot be rectified, so too a stolen animal. Says Rav Yechon in the name of the Hilga Rashbi regards. Schos the dominant Rashbi. My dersiv. What is the meaning of the pasuk? Keni Hashem oyev mishpat. I am the Lord that loves judgment. Soine gezel, hates stealing. Be oila. hate stealing be'oila. What exactly does a pasuk mean? Hate stealing in a carbon? Says the Gemara, Marshall, I'll tell you a story. You're passing by the tax booth. Amr Liavodav, he says to his servants, go pay the tax. Amr Lai, the servants say, King, what are you doing? All the taxes are yours, King. What are you doing? Take it from the right and put it into the left pocket? Amr Lehem, says the king, no, the good chinuch lesson. Mimeni yilamdu koloi v'rei drachim. Let everyone learn from me. They're all going to see the king passing. The king's paying taxes. And everyone is not going to run away from the taxes. So too says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Av HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Omer Ani Hashem Soini Gezel, I hate Gezel Be'oila. In carbonis, particularly, I hate Gezel, particularly when it comes to carbonis. Why? And Rashi really throws in. Look at Rashi for 1 second. Look at Rashi. Different masal. Sheni gezel ba'oila. Rashi says, ba'oilas shatam evian li ani soini es a gezel shatam goyz l'moisam v'afal pi. And this is Rashi tells us the mashal and the nimshal, the story of the king. What's the comparison? V'afal pi shekol shali. It's all mine. V'av mitchila shali aisa. Says Hashem. What's the difference? So you stole. It's yours. It's not yours. You're bringing it to God. Who cares? Everything goes back to the same place. So says the Gemara, you know why Hashem doesn't want you to bring a carbon from a stolen good? So this is a second source for the fact why you can't bring a stolen carbon as a carbon. Itmarnami amravami yavish pasal why meishein hadar. Gazel pasal mishanavri mitzvah haba be'avira. So mamish 1 point so far. Yavish is hadar. Gazel's mitzvah b'avira. Says the Gemara, and this whole shtickle Torah, pliga de Rav Yitzchak, Dam Rav Yitzchak Bar Nachmani, Amar Shmuel, Lo Yishanu El B'Yom Rishon, a fascinating din. He argues in din that a lulav gazel is only no good on day one. Aval B'Yom Sheni, Miter Sheyatzol B'Shayel Yotzinami B'Gazel. You can even use a lulav hagazel. Maseh Bar Nachman. And with this, we're going to wrap it up. Our Yitzchak lulav hagazel v'yavesh pasel. Hashal, Hush. 1 second. Lulav hagazel v'yavesh, as in the Mishnah, it's possible. So what's the obvious implication? That a borrowed one is kosher. So it seems that the same level that a borrowed one is kosher is where a stolen one is possible. So imas, when is this talking about? Ilim b'yantav rishon on the first day, Oksiv lochem, Yishalchem has to be yours. And a lulav hashal is not yours. V'alav dideyu, is that yours? Elav yantav sheni. What did it say? Viktani gazel pasul. It says gazel is pasul. So how could you, Shmuel, Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Nachmani, name of Shmuel, say that lulav hagazel is kosher on the latter days? Answers the Gemara, no kasha. La'oila b'yantav rishon. Loimi ba'i kamar. Loimi ba'i, it's pashit ashal, it's the lavdi deyu, it's not yours on day one, and therefore it is pasul. Avol gazel, when it comes to lulav hagazel, ema stam gezeil yilish ba'ilmu, and therefore what? Uchadidei dami, and maybe we would think of Meir dik a chiddush that a lulav hagazel should have more reason to be kosher. Kamash malan, that no, lulav hagazel is going to be puzzle. There's an interesting Rashi here. I'm going to point it out. I think the Elam's holding. Rashi comes along here. Kamash malan. Rashi throws in a few extra words. Rashi is Kamash malan to add the shaminan di yayish till you hear about yish loy kanile. The mimar amar, because one's going to think hashtu the takaf meaning. Now he grabbed it from him. Lamachar tafisan lebi. I'll be able to grab it back. What's Rashi speaking out? Rashi speaking out that this has nothing to do with mitzvah baba avera. Because we're handling day one. What's the story with day one? Day one's not mitzvah baba avera. Day one is all about lechem. So Rashi Again, if you could have missed that Rashi, and you would have had seemingly Pshat in the Gemara. But Rashi's
I'm also thinking that Mashmalan means a mitzvah baba.
Oh, very good. And that's what one would think. And honestly, it wouldn't be wrong be'etzim in Pshat. It's wrong because it's just not MS. Why is day one no good? Day one is no good. Nothing to do with mitzvah b'aver. It's a mistake. Day one is no good because of lachem. So that's the Kamashlan of the Gemara. Okay, we're going to stop over here. However, this is Kamat a blot. Okay, a little bit less than a blot. Let's. Yeah, please.
If it's stolen for the second day, and you would think that it's stolen, he was kind of it, so it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we say that for the first day? Maybe it's even lachem because of the same svara. That if it could be good the second day, then it could be lachem. It could be his even the first day.
No, you're right. That is the Kamashmon. The Adish Shamina the Aish. Until you hear that he's Miyayish, you're right. Once you hear that he's Miyayish, it's true. It would be yours. You're 100% correct. That is good for the Chiddush over here. That the whole Kamashmon is that until you hear that he is Miyayish, you're not allowed to assume there was Yidush. That is the Chiddush over here. You're 100% correct. It's Mamish Rashi's filling in those gaps. Okay, Chava, let's get a good Chazar of this minute and a half. Hopefully, Soren will send it out tomorrow, and Mir Tashem will pick it up from here.